Alright everyone, and welcome back to our MotoGP 15 career. And yep, here we are then today, ready to start our time in Moto2. And here is the bike we're going to be using then. It is a Tech 3 bike. Thank you for someone in the comments for mentioning that to me. And yeah, here's the livery design. Obviously, I couldn't really do much because of, well, about the DeWalt sponsor there. Well, I did want to keep the colour pretty much the same as before. So yeah, it does look a bit different to the Moto3 bike, but still pretty similar, I think. And yeah, I think it looks pretty decent. Obviously changed the colour of my number on the front to black from the white. And yeah, the 54, that's literally only there because, well, I only picked it because it's my current car's red number. But yeah, that was literally the only thought that went into it. So yeah, welcome back. If I sound ill, it's because I am. So yeah, apologies for that. But yeah, here we are then, first race of the season, Qatar, and we are going to be changing a few of the settings, well, only one actually. We're going to be changing the length to 35%, so it'll be a little bit longer. I mean, they would have been a tiny bit longer anyway, because as the classes go up, the races get longer in lap length. But yeah, we're going to go up to 35, it'll probably stay like that now for after the career, because as I say, when we go up to MotoGP, it'll go up again because of the laps. But yeah, riding aids, we are actually going to keep those the same as before. If we run into too many problems, then I will change it, but for now I think it seems right. But yep, let's go now then into qualifying.
Good afternoon and welcome to the Losail circuit in Qatar. The engines are starting to rumble and the riders are getting ready because qualifying starts in a few moments' time. The weather forecast for this session is extremely good, but with this circuit being in the middle of the desert, there's always a chance that sand could be blown onto the track, and that can create some real grip problems for the riders.
So yeah, here we are on track. You'll notice a few changes to the colour of my gear as well, because I tried to make it fit in with the DeWalt livery as well. But you see that on my first lap I actually made a quite big mistake there following Tito Rabat, and yeah, you can see that in this lap time because I actually used a flashback on my out lap because I did pretty much the same thing as well then, so that was a bit of a mistake for me there. So yeah, our first flying lap, we come across the line. Obviously it is rubbish because we crashed, but 7.6 off pace, not too bad considering. So yeah, well, that is one good thing to take from that lap. And on the next one, we come across the line, obviously a benefit of having 45 minutes instead of 40 for Moto3. We improved to only 3.3 off the pace, not too bad for our first proper lap time. And then the next time round, we're going to come to the line. It was a very good time actually. We were getting pretty good sectors, obviously orange in all of them, and not too far off in any of them. And across the line, a 2:02 dead, only 6 tenths off. So that was really impressive from us there. I was quite impressed with it, certainly. And yeah, I was saying after only a few laps, I think it was pretty good. We did go out later on in the session, but we couldn't improve our time. And yeah, 8th place, not bad. Top Tech 3 bike, and yeah, a lot of Calexes in the field, as someone mentioned to me as well. There's so many Calexes in this field, it's almost a spec series, I guess you could say. But yeah, our other British Sam Lowe's there was up in second on the speed up, so that's impressive for him. There's the next Tech 3 bike, Marcel Schrotter in 17th place, so that's says a lot about how well we were doing there, up in 8th. But yeah, looking further down, the other Tech 3's down 25th and 26th, so we've done very well here. And yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how we will do in the race.
Good evening from the Losail circuit. The long wait is finally at an end and a new MotoGP season is about to begin. Bikes and riders are almost ready to take to the track. The Moto2 race at the Qatar Grand Prix will start in a few minutes. Once again, as we're used to at this track, we're looking forward to good weather for the Grand Prix, and the temperatures shouldn't cause any tyre problems.
So here is the grid: Zarco, Lowe's, Rabat, Rins, Folger, Simeon, Morbidelli, Holloway, Kallio. Row 4, Luti, Cortese, Nakagami, Simon, Corsi, Egata, Pons, Schrotter, Habisharin, then Lorenzo Valzari, West, Marquez, Salom, Krimonako, Shah, Rossi, Codius, Mulhauser, and then Warraquan, Raffin, Al and Zaidi round out the grid. I really should not have done that first time when I was sick, but anyway. Here we are on the grid, a 7-lap race then. Lights are coming on now. And away we go in Qatar for our first race in Moto2. And yep, got a pretty good start there. See a little bit of a wobble without the traction control. Not having too many problems with that yet, so we'll probably stay as it is. Into turn 1 we go, quite cautious on the brakes, although we did end up running it a little bit wide there. Kallio may have a look up around the side there, but luckily not. We do get a good run actually, and we may look at the inside of Simeon and Morbidelli here. not quite quick enough to get past him there though, and we do just decide to sit behind him for the time being, but we do get a decent run through there as they both run wide. Now into turn 4 we may have a look up the inside, but not well. Actually we do push Morbidelli out a little bit, but it looks like he's just about hanging on around the outside there, so yeah, obviously we couldn't pass him then. We've actually run wide a bit ourselves, so want to be careful of that, try not to get passed by Kallio behind, or obviously get into an incident this early on. So we actually have a little bit more contact with Morbidelli there, and yeah, did get a decent run, but I think we were sort of on the wrong side really for the next corner, so yeah, there's no chance for passing him into this right-hander, and yeah, just want to take it as cautiously as possible because we don't want to make too many mistakes obviously early on, because we want to try to learn as much about the bike as we can so that hopefully we can be challenging for a good position come the end of the season. And behind us we see Kallio and Luti battling, so that does help us a bit. As out of this left-hander we do get a fantastic run back past Morbidelli, then get alongside Simeon here onto the curb a little bit. That didn't help us too much, but we are still alongside Simeon, but we're on the outside, so that's really not going to be doing us much favours. And yeah, Morbidelli goes back through as well then, so we're back down to 8th place, but not bad first lap from us so far. And yeah, maintain our place at the moment as Morbidelli's past Simeon and Servai, but once again I'm on the outside, so yeah, he's just going to pass me back there, and yep, back up he goes into 7th place. And yeah, coming to the end of the lap then, the final corner here, but we get the braking a little bit wrong. That could allow Kallio to, or Luti to look back up or inside. I can't remember who was ahead now. And yeah, the final corner we weren't getting the best run here at all weekend. One of the corners I was really struggling at a lot, mainly because of without traction. As Kallio here going alongside us towards the first corner, it looks like he may be able to outbrake us on the inside. We do brake as late as we can on the outside, as there's been a crash up ahead there. A yellow bike, it's Alex Rins on the HP 40 bike, I think it is, the team run by Tito Pons, and yeah, he's gone down then, and that's put us up into 7th place for now, whilst yeah, we see Kallio, well, he actually overtook Rins to a stop, but yeah, anyway. Oh yes, Luti behind us, I'm guessing. Yeah, it is. And yeah, we see Simeon and Morbidelli still battling in front of us. Hopefully we can catch them up. But with this being a bit of a longer race, I was wary about the tyre wear, and that is something I will be sort of paying attention to a lot more during these races, because obviously we don't want our tyres to be dead by the end of the race, because obviously we'll just be crashing a lot, especially with these more powerful engines. We run wide there a little bit, that allows Luti and Kallio past us. Hopefully we can fight back, but obviously we're not going to just go charging into any like crazy moves this early on, as obviously want to just make sure we get into the end in a decent position. And we start out at this stage then in 9th place, and I think that's a lot better than I was sort of expecting us to be in our first race in Moto2. I was expecting to be down near the back, maybe like around like 20th kind of that area, but yeah, we passed back Kallio though. That seems to be a corner we do get good runs out of, but once again just finding ourselves on the outside, so yeah, losing the position once again. Luti and Kallio back through, and yeah, we're back down into 9th place for now, as behind us I think we've got Rins, who's obviously going to be catching us quite a bit now, and to make up for that crash he had. As we come around the penultimate corner now, then hopefully we can get a good run on those two in front, but not quite close enough. But I mean, at least in this one I'd have to say it's a little bit more forgiving in terms of like making mistakes, I think, which seems odd to say, but Moto3 is probably the most unforgiving class you can do, because like you make one mistake and there'll just be a group of 5 bikes that'll just pass you straight away, whereas here like we're a little bit wide in the final corner, and now we've got just Rins looking up our inside here. In turn 1 we braked right out at the same time there, so he's probably going to get the move done. Looks like he is, but we should hopefully get a good run out of the corner now then, and have a look into turn 2. That is exactly what I'm going to do in fact, and we go up the inside of him there, and back through we go, up into 9th place. And yeah, we actually overtook someone in this race, made it stick for once. So yeah, that's something to cheer about, I guess. As towards turn 4 we go now, he's probably going to look over inside. Yes, he does, charging at the inside, and yeah, outbraked us, and there he goes up into 9th place as Lowe's and Zarco are battling for the win up in front. And yeah, into the left hander we go. A little bit of contact there, quite light in fact. We pushed him out a little bit, but we actually ended up going deep ourselves, so that allowed him to go back through there. That was our first sort of biggish mistake that we made, I guess. Certainly quite a big contact with the side of his bike there, but luckily it didn't seem to have affected us in terms of damage or, well, track position obviously. But yeah, going through this twisty section, then getting very close to the back of him. Looks like only a matter of time before we do like go for a pass here. And the tyre was pretty good at this stage then. I wanted to make sure that it was good enough so that I could get into rhythm and then maybe attack near the end if I needed to, because that is a lot more of what you tend to see in Moto2, I think. And yeah, it's not like crazy passing and repassing every lap like it is in Moto3. And yeah, it's a lot more similar, I think, to sort of MotoGP in general, I think. And yeah, well, obviously you'd expect that because it sort of like builds up towards each class. But yeah, anyway, we're following Rins through the penultimate corner now, a lot closer than we were to the obviously the rise in front on the previous lap. So we'll have a look into the final corner here, and if not, maybe get a good run down the straight. He does bring it a little bit wide there, I thought, but he does sort of pull it back there a little bit, and yeah, he does get a very good run, in fact, out of the final corner. So yeah, it didn't look like we were going to be close enough here to try anything into the first corner. As across the line we come in 10th place, and coming up to half distance in this race. That rhyme there, I think. Into turn 1 we go. Zarco's repassing loads for the lead of the race. And yeah, it really sucks to have another Brit called Sam in this, because as you can see, he's quite competitive at the front, and he's going to be taking most of the limelight, I guess, for sort of Britain, and in fact he's even got the same name as us. So yeah, we'll certainly be looking to beat him at some point. Hopefully we can sort of certainly do it at Silverstone. I guess that'd be pretty cool. But yeah, from the way we're going with the bike so far, I think that hopefully by the end of the season we will be able to challenge a lot more. As into this left-hander we go now, then still pretty close behind Rins, but then we just a little bit too heavy on the brakes there and dropped the, well, obviously lost the front there. And yeah, you can see the track does sort of dip at the apex there, so that does sort of catch you out a little bit. And yeah, obviously it did catch us out there. So yeah, that was our first, well, really big mistake, I guess you could say. I think we actually hit Rins in that corner on the previous lap, which was sort of the other biggish mistake we made. But yeah, well, it's taken pretty much half the race to actually crash, so that's not too bad, I don't think. Seems weird to say that, but still. And yeah, we are going to have to be a bit more careful now then, obviously, because no flashbacks left. Skip a little bit because nothing was happening. Cortese did get quite close to us after we did that rewind. And then we started to pull out near the end of the lap there, pulled out to nearly half a second over him as we go into turn 1 now. Did run it a little bit wide there, so he is going to get quite close to us, but I think this little section here as well, we're quite quick, so yeah, we did manage to pull out the gap a little bit, and still not too far behind Rins. So hopefully if we can maintain sort of this tyre grip, then we may be able to go back on the attack of him later on in the race as we sort of build our confidence with the bike, as we actually come to the end of the 6th lap of 7, but start the final lap. And you can see we're sort of in no man's land a little bit because Rins had pulled out a little bit, and we'd pulled over a second away from Cortese now. We're not too far away from Rins, I don't think. I mean, he had been held up a little bit by that battle up in front between Kallio and Luthi there. Obviously, Rins sort of the one you expect to be challenging for the win a lot more often. And yeah, obviously that crash sort of ruined that chance for him today. So yeah, I don't think we've done too badly here then. Sort of keeping that group in front of us just fine in our sight, but not really quick enough to challenge him today, unfortunately. But we have managed to pull away from Cortese in 11th, so that's encouraging signs there, and hopefully we can keep this going now then and get ourselves a top 10 finish on our first time asking in Moto2, which would be very good. As into the left hand we go, and nice jinx there, we crashed. I mean, I know it's technically not a jinx because this is post-commentary, but still. Cortese goes through, then we've lost our 10th place unfortunately, but hopefully we can maintain this position at least, and yeah, still pick up 5 points from our Moto2 debut. As yes, Alex Marquez, then younger brother of Mark, behind us. And yeah, just had one Moto3 champion pass. There's another one looking to do the same now then, I guess, as around this left hand we go. And I did have quite a bit of tyre life left, a lot more than I was expecting to have. So yeah, I did sort of try and push a little bit more on this final lap, well, at least after the crash anyway, because I think that left hand is just one that's very easy to make a mistake on the brakes there. I didn't feel like I was really doing much different to the previous laps. It's just one that if you push your luck just a little bit too far, it will sort of bite back at you. And yeah, we were sort of pushing a little bit harder than for the rest of this lap, trying to catch back up to Cortese, and we were doing pretty well, I think, to sort of reel him in a little bit, but yeah, it just wasn't enough in the end, and we went a little bit wide in the penultimate corner, so that sort of messed up any chance we would have had. And yeah, brake quite late into the final corner, but we just weren't close enough, and he's probably going to get a much better run than us because the AI tend to have been all through this weekend. But yeah, it's not too bad a result for us then, as we see the top 10 already starting to cross the line. And yeah, to line we come then, And it's 11th place on a Moto2 debut, so not too bad there. That's a solid 5 points to get us going, and yeah, I'm really happy with that one in fact. And in fact, it says Sam Lowe's won the race, even though it said Johan Zarco before, but it was a dead heat between them, so I guess the computer got confused there. And yeah, he beat all those Kalexes then with his speed up, so impressive stuff from there. But we were the top Tech 3 bike in 11th place, so not too bad for us there. In fact, very good, because you can't even see any other Tech 3s looking further down. And yeah, up there in 11th place, so certainly impressive for us on our Moto2 debut, I think, and I was very happy with this one. And yeah, looking forward to how we do in later race turns. You see the other Tech 3s then, 22nd, 23rd, 25th, so I think we did very well there today. Be happy with, yeah, the performance as we look further down. Only 31 riders compared to the 34, I think, in Moto3. So yeah, a little bit less, but not that much less. So Zarco is actually the champion leader then, so it wasn't Sam Lowe's who won the race then, I guess. But anyway, Zarco takes 25.7 with Lowe's in second. There we are then, as you'd expect, in 11th place with 5 points. And yeah, nice little bunch of points there to get us going. Then hopefully we can make this a regular thing this season. Maybe we'll be challenging for a good position at the end. Other than the constructor then, Kalex with a 5-point lead over Speed Up then. And yeah, Speed Up doing pretty well, I guess. Well, Sam Lowe's anyway. I mean, with all those Kalex on the field, I mean, it's only the top one that scores points. So I mean, Speed Up with Sam Lowe's can get some more results. I guess they'll be able to catch Kalex up quite a bit. Maybe even us as well on the Tech 3 there with just 5 points. But anyway, that is it for this race. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, then a like would be appreciated. I'll see you next time for the... It's either Argentina or Austin, I can't remember now. But yeah, thanks for watching. I'll see you then. Goodbye.